Alright, first and foremost, I want to say, call all Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash, right? And I'm going to give a double honors, salutations to the elders and apostles of GMS, man, who rule well, pushing the true doctrine according to the Bible, man, and spreading the true gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. And I just want to give salutations to the brothers and sisters in this truth, man, who laboring for this thing, man, and pushing in these last days. And yeah, man, this lesson, man, I'm gonna get a little bit into how to deal with the women properly, man, because we gotta understand, man, these women, man, you gotta understand that a lot of them, man, they just not gonna get it sometimes, man. As simple as that. And you can't sugarcoat it. You can't beat around the bush, man. Sometimes you just got to understand that these women, they not going to get it. And you got to deal accordingly, man. It might be hard to think about because the woman's supposed to be a help meet like unto oneself, man. But sometimes, man, a help meet like unto yourself, a help you with the things outside of the truth and have nothing to do with this truth, man, right? And you don't want to settle in this truth, man. But sometimes you got to understand that the women's just not gonna get it, man, right? And this is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. Husbands, do likewise, dwelling with them according to knowledge, as with a weaker vessel, I actually got it from a different version. So like, yes, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered, man. So you got to understand, man, when you dealing with the women, man, you got to understand, man, they not going to be operating according to how they supposed to be, man. So you got to deal with them accordingly, man. You got to deal with them like you would deal with the weaker vessel, man. And sometimes you gotta take baby steps. You can't force a woman to do this thing, man. You can't force a woman to get down with this truth, man, and expect them to do everything that you do in this truth, man. They're a weaker vessel, man. It was like hold on, right? Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Because, yeah, man, you got to understand, man, that these women not going to get it, man. Look at that. That's the spirit, man. Bear with me. Salaki, I just had to find the right wording with this verse. This is going to be James chapter 1. Right, James chapter 1 and 7, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. James chapter 1 and 14. Right, James chapter 1 verse 14, and it reads, "But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust." That wasn't exactly what I needed, right? I'm looking for when Eve was first tempted. Right, it's First Corinthians 11 and 4. Bear with me, right? But we all deal with temptations, but you got to understand, man, the woman is dealing with it too, man. And when they get into that temptation, man, sometimes the woman can't deal with that, man. Right, the woman can't deal correctly, man. It's like 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. Right, the women can't always get it all together, man, and that's why they need a husband, man. Right, and it's 2 Corinthians 11 verse 3. But I fear lest it by any means, as the serpent begot Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ, man. So basically, man, these women they the weaker vessel, so they subject to be enticed by the ways of the world, man. And if you could get a woman that's easy to dwell with, man, and you don't really have to teach her this truth, man, and you could that works for you, man, then that it is what it is, man. Right? Bear with me, right? 1 Corinthians 7, right? You gotta understand, man, that these women, man, they're not gonna always get it, man, right? And right, this is for 1 Corinthians 7 verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy, man. So you got to understand, man, the unbelieving women, and if you're dealing with them, you got to understand, man, that they're going to be sanctified through you, man, Lord willing, man. So you got to just deal with them accordingly, man. And this is Sirach chapter 37, verse 27, right? And it reads, my son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. So if you can't deal with a woman who in the world, man, and you can't operate with a woman who ain't in this truth, man, don't deal with it. Don't put yourself in a situation that's going to be too hard for you to bear, man. Right? But if I had to prove that I could deal with a woman that's worldly, man, because these women ain't gonna get it right, man. Dealing with a woman in the truth, man, is more wicked sometimes than dealing with even the world, man. Because even the world, man, they'll tell you that they doing this and this and this and this. But women in the truth, they'll be behind closed doors doing this, that, and the third, and they won't ever confess it because they feel like you're gonna judge them, man. Right? Because the women in the truth should know right from wrong, man. They should know the right way in which they should walk, man. And it's for them to claim the truth, man. It's kind of sad for the women to be doing their own thing. So you gotta deal accordingly and make sure that you could actually deal with either a woman in the truth or a woman out the truth, man. It's not always good to deal with a woman out the truth if you don't have that patience, man, and meekness, man, right? Because you gotta love your wife how Christ loved the church, man, right? Let me get that real quick. Right, Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. So sometimes you gotta understand, man. You gotta love your wife how Christ loved the church, and be ready to put your life on the line, man, for these women, man. Because sometimes, man, they're gonna be off, man. Women is off in general, man. But when these women in this truth, man, you gotta understand, man. It's gonna be harder for them, especially to get fully down with this thing, man. Especially if the head ain't all the way there, or they learning from somebody who ain't all together, man. Because a lot of these camps, man, teaching women this, that, and the third, man. And a lot of the time, these women be thinking that, oh yeah, these niggas just be teaching a Bible just to get some pussy, nigga. If you don't understand that a man need that, like that's you don't want to be burned in your lust, man, right? And that courting thing, man, that's a whole false doctrine, man. When anywhere in the Bible was anybody where in the Bible was anybody ever courting a woman, man? Right? It ain't in there, man. Right? So if you're gonna say that if you gotta court a woman, right? Tobit's son Tobias, man, he went straight in his wife the same day, man. He made her his wife the same day. All throughout the Old Testament, they made them the wife the same day. They'll go into Tobit to show you that you need a bill of marriage, man. But they won't go into Tobit to show you that Tobit's son went right in that thing, man. He dove right in, man. Right? He ain't waste no time. He got straight to it, man. Right? So you gotta understand, man. These men, when they teaching the Bible and they doing certain things, man. Men have lusts and desires that they need to fulfill too, man. And it ain't bad to have certain lusts, man. Like a lust in that for a woman that ain't married, that's not bad, man. it's not bad to be wanting to have some sex, man. Right? It's nothing wrong with that. So you got to understand that when a man is operating in the spirit, man, he's still gonna have to get his little nut off, man. Excuse my language, man, but that's how it is, man. Right? And a man, it's not good for a man to be alone, man. Right? That's what the scriptures say, right? And this is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 again, verse 9. It says, "But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn," man. So you got to understand, man, that all things work according to the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai, man. And you just got to understand at the end of the day, when you dealing with Eve, man, how to operate and how to deal with her accordingly, man. And when with Eve, man, you also got to understand, man, that they're not going to get it, man. And they not always going to be for this truth, man. So you got to move accordingly, man. You got to understand that. Now, all of our women, man, got it down, man. And they not going to get it down sometimes, man. So it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, you can't get around it sometimes, man. So hopefully, Lord willing, man, this lesson was edifying, man. I want to give another call, Hawa, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rukal Kadash, right? And I want to say Hawa by Hashem Yahushai Barakatah, by Shalom, man. Come, man.